The next lower body exercise is a bridge. There's a lot of different ways to do bridges. I'm going to show you the basics first, and then we'll talk about how to make it easier and harder. So for the basic bridge, you're going to lie on the ground. Now, I'm going to keep my back slightly up just because of the microphone, but it's okay if you rest your back on the ground. And then you just go up and down. Again, I'm kind of arching my back a little bit more than what I normally would simply because of that microphone back there. So up. As you're doing this, you're squeezing your glutes. One way that you can make this harder is by lifting your leg up. So this is a single leg bridge. Whenever you're doing bridges, you want to be sure to keep your core tight. I'll show you this other modification. Just like that. Sometimes you might see people doing bridges with their toes up or their heels up to bias different muscle groups. So let's talk about how you can add resistance. You can get a small resistance band like this and put it around the legs. This is going to help engage the outer thighs. So, right around the knees there. Just up and down is fine. Like that. I'm not sure that the front view is going to be much different, but I'll show you just in case. Up and down. Now, when you're using that band, you really want to press out a little bit with your knees. You're going to feel that really engage the outer thigh. Another way that you can add resistance to bridges is with a dumbbell across your hips. So you can get a dumbbell like this, lay down, and bridge up and down. Common mistake is you're going to see the knees go in. So just really try to engage the entire back side of your body. I'll show you that from the side view. Going up and down. Now for me personally, that's not going to be enough resistance to be working at a high enough intensity. So I prefer to do bridges on my machine so that I can add weight on each side and really make it the right intensity to build my glute muscles. So in order to do that, I pull up the bench. You can also do this on some Smith machines. This one doesn't allow me to do it because there's a stopper at the bottom, but it did come with this attachment so that I could put a bar on the outside and still do these. I always get a foam pad and another layer of protection for my hips when I'm using more weight. For this demonstration, I'll just use a foam pad. But typically I do have like an exercise mat that I fold up and I put under my hips too because it's just too much pressure on my hip bones. And then I'm in pain and I'm not really focusing on strengthening. All right, I need to turn this bench a little bit. So what you do is you kind of get down here on the bar. Again, I'm trying to not disrupt my microphone. I usually start with the bar almost at mid-thigh. I know you can't probably see this the best, but go with me here. Then after I dismount it, I roll the bar out away from the apparatus so that it doesn't cling on anything. And then I can do my hip thrusts, my bridges, just like that. So, and then I kind of roll it back on the bar. Because that might have been hard for you to see, I'm going to do kind of a similar mock-up from the front and side view with the bar. But I can't do this normally because it's more weight than what I would be able to lift with my arms. So I have to mount and unmount from that lower position. So you go down and up, down and up. A very similar movement to that bridge. But when you use a bar setup, you can just add so much more external weight. All right, so you can see my core is tight. We're going down and up. This is my favorite exercise for my glutes because it is the only one that really allows me to isolate my glutes more than my hamstrings and my quads. One modification I love for this is to do it in plie style, like this, going down and up. That hammers the corner, like the upper corner of the glutes, so well. So that's a wonderful bridge modification. And you can do that modification even without the bar. So let's cover that really quick. The feet were kind of hip width apart at first, but what you can do, I think if I do it from that view, it's going to look like I'm having a baby. So I'm going to turn a little bit to this side, like this. So you want that plied position going up and down, up. You can add a band to this or a weight to it, but when you move your feet from here to here, you're really going to feel it a little bit more in the corner, the upper corner of your glutes. I hope that you found the bridge tutorial helpful. It's one of my favorite exercises. I hope you give it a try, and if you have any questions, let me know.